Okay, so on this course, we will be doing a facelift of our home page or the index page, which is the main index.php file. So to do that, we are going to edit the home page template, which is home.tpl. So first, we are going to add our own content here on the front page. Second, we are going to change the menus on the headers here. Third, we are going to change the footer section of this website. And that's pretty much it. So let's get going. First, I'm going to log into my cPanel here, and let me open up a new window. clubcoder.com 2083. Login. So I'm gonna open my file manager here and get to my templates folder. Templates here. Inside the default template, and then we have header.tpl, which is this one. So actually, before we start to change the menu, let's start doing the actual home page first. So I am going to open this up and hit the code editor here and hit the edit button here. So this is the whole home page. If I delete the whole thing, it's gonna be blank. Let's try and do that. I'm gonna select everything. This will be my new home page. I'm gonna save changes. Now let's reload the portal here. There we go. This will be my new home page. So let's go back to the canvas, the blank canvas we got here, and start to code. So I'm gonna code the front page, but I'm not going to record the whole thing because this is not an actual coding videos. So I'm gonna pause and put my codes here, and I'm going to refresh and show you how it looks afterwards. Okay, so I'm gonna do that just now. Okay, so I am done. One particular pointer that I want to make is whenever you have curly braces like this on a TPL template file, you have to put a literal and an opening literal and a closing literal tag. So all the curly braces will be treated as a curly braces and won't be ignored by the template system or the Smarty system. So make sure whenever you are having a literal and curly braces here on your code, put a literal tag between it. So that's the only note that I want to make. Other than that, it's only HTML coding, which is really basic, just a bunch of tables and a YouTube embed videos, and this is how it looks now. So we have a YouTube video and we have a teaser to join the Club Coder membership, and we have some testimonials here. These are my kids, Daryl and Ashley. They are just awesome now. So this is you, or the new coder on the block. We will be inviting literally millions of people to join Club Coder and start coding and have fun. Rather than spending time playing games and other activities hours upon hours every day, they can start having fun coding. It is actually fun. So this is the actual YouTube video. I'm going to play it a bit for you to take a look. If you haven't watched this, but most probably you have. But let me just play a couple of minutes of it.
I was 13 when I first got access to a computer.
My parents bought me a Macintosh in 1984 when I was 8 years old.
I was in 6th grade.
I learned to code in college.
Freshman year, first semester, intro to computer science.
I wrote a program to play tic-tac-toe.
I think it was pretty humble beginnings. I think the first program I wrote asked things like, what's your favorite color? Or how old are you?
I first learned how to make a green circle and a red square appear on the screen.
The first time I actually had something come up and say, hello world, and I made a computer do that. It was just astonishing.
Learning how to program didn't start off as wanting to learn all of computer science or trying to master this discipline or anything like that. It just started off because I wanted to do this one simple thing. I wanted to make something that was fun for myself and my sisters. And I wrote this little program and then basically just add a little bit to it. And then when I needed to learn something new, I looked it up either in a book or on the internet and then added a little bit to it.
It's really not unlike kind of playing an instrument or something, or playing a sport. It starts out being very intimidating, but you kind of get the hang of it over time.
Coding is something that can be learned, and I know it can be intimidating. A lot of things are intimidating, but what isn't?
A lot of the coding that people do is actually fairly simple. It's more about the process of breaking down problems than sort of coming up with complicated algorithms as people traditionally think about it.
You don't have to be a genius to know how to code. You need to be determined.
Addition, subtraction, that's about it.
You should probably know your multiplication tables.
You don't have to be a genius to code. Do you have to be a genius to read?
Even if you want to become a race car driver or play baseball or build a house, all of these things have been turned upside down by software.
What it is, computers are everywhere. You want to work in agriculture? Do you want to work in entertainment? Do you want to work in manufacturing? It's just all over.
Here we are, 2013. We all depend on technology to communicate, to bank, information, and none of us know how to read and write code.
When I was in school, I was in this after-school group called the Whiz Kids, and when people found out, they laughed at me and all these things, and I'm like, man, I don't care. I think it's cool, and I'm learning a lot, and some of my friends have jobs.
Our policy is literally to hire as many talented engineers as we can find. The whole limit in the system is just that there just aren't enough people who are trained and have these skills.
In the office and places where people can play or relax or go to think or play music or be creative.
Whether you're trying to make a lot of money or whether you just want to change the world, computer programming is an incredibly empowering skill to learn.
I think if someone had told me that software is really about humanity, that it's really about helping people by using computer technology, it would have changed my outlook a lot earlier.
To be able to actually come up with an idea and then see it in your hands and then be able to press a button and have it be in millions of people's hands. I think we're the first generation in the world that's really ever had that kind of experience.
Just to think that, you can start something in your college dorm room and you can have a set of people who haven't built a big company before come together and build something that 1 billion people use as part of their daily lives is just crazy to think about, right? It's humbling and it's amazing.
The programmers of tomorrow are the wizards of the future. You're going to look like you have magic powers compared to everybody else.
think it's amazing. I think it's the closest thing we have to a superpower.
Great coders are today's rock stars. That's it.
Okay, I just don't know where to stop the video, so I ended up playing the whole thing for you to watch. It's exciting times, isn't it? So that is our mission and goal, actually, to help kids, even adults, whoever who wants to learn how to code, to actually see and experience themselves how easy it is to code. It's not a difficult thing at all. So that's the front page. We got it covered. We have the Code Now button here. It's nice, clean, and simple. It's not cluttered, not confusing. Now next, I want to change the menu on the top here, as well as the footer at the bottom here. I don't want people to be able to change the language, so we're going to stick with English for now. And we're also going to add the privacy policy page, the terms of service page, and probably the contact us page as well. So let's go. Next, let's do the menu on the top here. So that is the header.tpl page. So I'm going to go ahead and go back to I'm going to close this one, my file manager here. Okay, I'm going to go back to public HTML again and templates. And then default and header.tpl. My header. I'm going to go to my code editor. Watching that video is always like pump me up, give me a boost of energy, you know, give me a purpose on this whole project, and it's gonna be exciting. Anyway, so this is the header. Let's go find the menus. The menus is the navigation. If logged in, let's see here. We have a different set of menus if it's logged in and if it's not logged in, right? So let's see if it's not logged in, else, which is not logged in. We have the announcement title, knowledge base, network status, affiliates, and contact us. Now, we don't use a bunch of these, right? So I'm going to just change this whole section here. I'm not going to record the whole line by line editing. So I'm going to pause this and I'm going to resume after I'm done editing this menu. Just this part here. So I ended up having 3 menus, which is schools, web hosting partners, which is you, my partner in this project, and the contact us page. We are going to customize this a bit. So let's go back here. I'm going to refresh the new menu to appear. So we have home, schools, web hosting partners, and contact us. Of course, the account to log in, register, and forgot password. So first, I'm going to show you on how we can add a new page. Because we don't have a schools file yet and web hosting partners file, we don't have that yet as well. We are going to create a new file, okay? A new TPL file, and let's go ahead and do that. So I'm going to go to my cPanel file manager. I'm going to close all this stuff here. So this is the TPL file, right? So we can actually just edit this home page, or not edit, copy for school and for web hosting partner. So let's do that. I'm going to copy file, home page, right? And then I'm going to put this as schools.tpl, copy file. Do another one for web hosting partner. For home page, I'm going to copy another one, do a copy here, and then web hosting partner.tpl, sorry. Okay, web hosting partner.tpl, or partners. We're gonna have a lot of partners. Copy that. So we have 2 new files, but let's make that files blank, because otherwise it's gonna have the home page content, right? So I'm gonna go to schools and edit here, code editor, edit, remove everything. This is the page for schools, and save that, close that. Next, I'm going to change the web hosting partner page, web hosting partners at the bottom there. Go back to code editor and edit that file, and just remove everything. This is the page for our web hosting partners. Save changes. So the schools page is for schools to get involved with this project. We are going to give away $2,500 gift card for around 10,000 schools in North America. That's United States and Canada, both private and public schools. So each will have $2,500 gift card. And then for web hosting partners, we are going to invite you as a web hosting partner to participate and invite your own schools in your local area. Okay, that's about the 2 pages we want to put up on our website at clubcoder.com. So that's just the template files, right? TPL. Now we have to go to the WHMCS main PHP files and create a new file. Let's see, I think they should have an example page here. Let me see. If not, I am going to create a new file. Let me create a new file. New file, or here. I'm going to name it schools.php. Create a new file, and then another one, web hosting partners.php. Create a new one. So inside those 2 files, we are going to put up the code or the default coding for a new WHMCS page. So let's go ahead. I'm going to open up a new browser here, and Google, create WHMCS new page. Creating pages, exactly what we want in Google Smart or what. So this is the updated version for our latest version. I'm going to copy this whole thing here, right? Copy that, go back to my file manager, and then I'm going to edit the schools PHP file. Open my code editor here and hit edit. Paste the whole thing. Now the template here, this is the template file, which is schools. So let's change that to schools. Oops. Schools. I'm gonna save that, right? So everything else looks good. We don't use breadcrumb, so this doesn't really matter, so we're gonna ignore that. And I'm gonna close this page, and now web hosting partners PHP, same thing. I'm gonna edit that PHP file and paste the whole thing. Change this to web hosting partners, web hosting partners. Okay, save, and we should be good to go. Go back here. If I click on schools.php there, this is what we got. this is the page for schools. And for web hosting partners, there we go. This is the page for our web hosting partners. So next, I'm going to build the pages for these two, but I'm not going to record the whole thing. It's just basically the same thing as I built the first home page in the front here. Basically add the content, and you will see how it's gonna look finally. So next, before I close this course, let's do the contact us page. So right now it's just looking like this, an email form, pre-sales contact us. I'm going to change this to put our address and stuff there. Okay, let's do that while we are at this point. So go back to my templates folder, and that should be on the contact us, which is on the default template, and then contact us somewhere in C, contact. Here I'm going to edit or code editor there, and hit the code editor. So I'm gonna edit the template for this part here. Let me see. Okay, so I'm done editing the contact us page. Now it's looking like this now, which is better and cleaner, so they can call us and they can mail us and or email us as well. So that part is done. The top part is done. The contact us is done. Now I'm gonna remove this language selection. Let's go ahead and change that as well while we are at this part. I'm going to go to WHMCS actually. So I'm just gonna open or close this one, open a new one. Go to the admin side and log in here. We are already logged in. Set up general settings. Should be in the localization, which is language, right? Here, enable language menu. Allow users to change. No, we don't want that. I'm going to save that and now see how it looks. If I reload this page, there you go. The footer is now gone. We have the copyright version on the bottom right here. Now we want to add a terms of service and privacy policy as well. Let's go ahead and create those pages while we are at this section as well. So the same thing, I'm going to go to File Manager. First, I'm going to go to the TPL file, which is this one. Let's copy the schools pages again. You have the resources link here. Here I have provided you a link to the terms of service and privacy. So click there, simply change my company to your own company. And if I go back, same thing with privacy policy. You can change my company with your own company name. So that's it. I'm going to close this section now. Now do the PHP file. I'm going to create the PHP file as well. I'm going to go here and copy the ones that we already have. For example, the schools one. I'm going to copy that and name it tos.php. And the other one, privacy.php. TOS, I'm going to change that and copy privacy.php. Now we can edit the files. For tos.php, code editor, simply change the template name and that's it. I'm going to scroll down here, change that to TOS terms of service, save changes, close that out, and for privacy the same thing. Okay, so I'm done creating the terms of service page as well as the privacy policy page. Now we are going to edit the footer. Templates, default, go all the way to the footer F. So footer.tpl, code editor again. This will be on the footer of all WHMCS pages, right? So let's do that. I'm gonna put the footer here and add my links, privacy policy, terms of service, and our contact page. Now save that, and I'm gonna refresh the website. Now we have almost a fully functional website. There we go. We have our privacy policy. I'm gonna click there. Looking good. And we got our terms of service, looking good. And our contact page, which is this one. Awesome. So that's it. We got our website up and running. Well, almost. I'm going to design the schools page as well as the web hosting partners, which is designed specially for you, the web hosting partners of Club Coder. So we're gonna join hands with thousands of web hosting companies and web hosting resellers all over the world, not just North America. And you can, plug into Club Coder and introduce this whole awesome project to the schools in your own city, in your own country, wherever you are, and teach your generations to become better and not waste their time too often. So I'll see you in the next course.